Hello, hello, everybody. It's Friday. It's Critters Crochet. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I just wanted to pop on today and just recap some things that are happening and coming up, and just give you a heads up about next week. So, this is just kind of like our Friday recap. That's what I may start calling this, Friday recaps. But yeah, I have had a busy morning so far. I have had my cup of coffee and I have been working on recording videos and packing for camp. So that's the first thing I want to talk about, camp. Yeah, I have my list right here of things I want to go over. But I will be gone all next week to our church camp that we go to in Mississippi. So I will not be here. And that light looks weird to me. Let me see if I can fix that a little bit. Uh, that looks better. Does that look better to y'all? I think that looks better. Anyway, so we're heading to camp on Saturday. So I've been busting butt trying to get videos recorded so I have content for next week. And because we have no service whatsoever, every once in a blue moon, I might hit a spot where I get service. But here's the deal, they are having a lot of issues with kids wanting to, instead of being at camp and enjoying friendships and fellowship, they want to be on their phones. So, cutting out the cell phones for camp. That means, as counselors, we have to set the example. If we tell the kids not to be on their phone, we can't be on ours. So, I'm not going to be very visible next week. So, therefore, I have a Monday video and a Wednesday video that's going to be going out. That's already uploaded and scheduled to go out. So if I do anything on Friday, that's the last day of camp. So there might be a good chance I could do something, but there may not be a video Friday. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. If I can get a signal and if I'm able to upload something. If you don't see a video from me on Friday, then next Monday, I'll recap everything. So I cannot wait for camp. I've got everything packed and ready. What I'm really excited about, guys, if you've watched me, you know I talk about my grandsons all the time. I have three. I have a 7, a 5, and a 2-year-old grandsons, and they are my world. I love them. And so they're all going to be at camp too with their mommy and daddies and mommies and daddies. So I'm so excited. And Matt's going to be there too. So we're just going to have a great time. And Tucker, the oldest one, he loves to tell jokes. He will call his Poppy every night and they FaceTime. And he'll tell Poppy a joke, and then Poppy has to tell him one. So every morning at camp, and I can't remember if I've said this in one of the other videos for next week or not, but oh well, you'll hear it twice. um, every morning, all the kids, by 8 o'clock, everybody meets at the mess hall, and the mess hall has a big front porch on it. So we all gather. All the kids are down on the gravel ground in front of the mess hall, and all the counselors are up on the deck of the front porch of the mess hall. And we meet there at 8 o'clock every morning. We have a devotional, we have a scripture reading, and we have prayer before breakfast. And so before all of that kicks in, Tucker's going to get up there, and he's so excited, he can't wait. He's going to get up there and he's going to tell a joke of the day each day of camp. I'm so proud of that kid. He loves it. He loves talking to people. He loves leading songs at church. He gets into all of it. He loves it, and it makes me so happy. So I can't wait to hear all his stories. So I've got everything packed up. I have, if you watched the live last night, Shannon, I talked about this. I have 40 pool noodles shoved in the back of my car for an activity that we're doing at camp. My oldest daughter, and her husband are in charge of nighttime activities. So I have no idea What they're doing with the pool noodles, not a clue. But the nighttime activity has something to do with pool noodles. So we'll see. And I'll have pictures of all that stuff to share with you when I get back. But so yeah, you should have seen me in the Dollar Tree trying to put 44-foot long pool noodles in a cart. Now, if you know anything about Dollar Tree, those shopping carts aren't that big. They are little. I mean, there's not, and I was putting some in and some would fall out. It took forever. And so I go up to the register and everybody's just like looking at me like, what in the ever loving world? So I just made an announcement. I mean, they were all looking at me. I said, church camp guys, nighttime activities needed 40 pool noodles. And they all went, oh. So it was probably about 10 or 12 people standing around looking at me like I was nuts. So, but I didn't take all the pool noodles. I looked, they had boxes upon boxes of pool noodles in our Dollar Tree. So there I took only a fraction. Even though I took 40, it was only a fraction of how many pool. So there was plenty for somebody else if they needed some. So anywho, I go through the checkout and there is and I got the cart at our Dollar Tree. The carts have these tall poles on them. Well, I realized and learned the other day what those poles are for. It's security. It keeps people from taking the carts outside because that pole is so tall on the corner of the cart, you can't get through the door. Pretty smart. So anywho, I couldn't get through the door with that cart. Didn't pay attention to that pole. I was just getting pool noodles. So the cashier, she said, now ma'am, you're going to have to switch to a different cart that doesn't have a pole on it because that won't go through the door. I thought, oh, y'all. The trouble I had getting those in there in the first place, now I got to switch them to another cart. Well, guess what? They had one without a pole on it, so they pushed it over there. And the sweetest girl behind me, she looked like maybe mid-20s, early 20s, sweetest girl behind me. She goes, can I help you with those? Y'all, there are still good people out there if you look. I said, yes, thank you. She helped me get all of those pool noodles into that cart. Another lady held the door so I could get the cart through the door without spilling everything. And I made it out to my car. As I'm putting the pool noodles in the car, I picked up about 4 or 5, went to the car, turned around, 3 pool noodles fell out of the cart and started rolling across the parking lot. Here I go chasing down the pool noodles. I got them, and I got them in my car safely. I just hope my daughter appreciates all that I went through with these silly pool noodles to get these to her. It was something else. Y'all, if they videotaped me doing this, it probably would have made the #1 video on America's Funniest Home Videos. If you guys ever used to watch that show. I think it may still be running. I don't know. But yeah, I would have got the #1 video because it was hilarious. So anyway, I got that job done. So I'm packed up. My bags are downstairs. They are ready to go. And we're leaving bright and early in the morning for camp. So, now on to something else. Mom's doing good. She started having stomach issues again. So the doctor has called in medicine for that. And they did call her yesterday. She does have a UTI, even though the hospital said she didn't. Her doctor retested her the other day, and she does have a UTI. We knew something was going on because she's still having issues. So she's on an antibiotic for her UTI, and she's on a medicine to help with her upset stomach. And we are having to change her. She's having to change her diet, and she knows that. She's not liking it, but she knows it. So till all this gastroenteritis and everything clears up, she's got to go on a bland diet and stay on it. and she's not happy. But thank you for all your prayers because she's doing much better. Um, let's see. Oh, from the live last night, it was a unanimous vote that Shannon and I do a live together at least once a month. Everybody is loving it when we do that. So at least once a month, we're going to do a live together. And yeah, so everybody was on board with that. So we're going to do it. And so that'll be happening starting in July. Not sure which Thursday. I'm still going to do my regular every other Thursday live. So one live will be just me, but another one will be with me and Shannon both on camera. So that's going to start happening. What's coming up the next few months in July? I got an email from K&K Crochet. I say it wrong every time, and I'm so sorry. Got an email from them, and they're doing they did this last year. It's called, I believe they call it Christmas Extravaganza. I will double check on that and make sure it's right. But there will be a video out by them soon, and I'll put one out too, closer, probably sometime during the last week in June. And so what basically we're going to be doing is they are going to be showing a project a day for a gift ideas for Christmas. They're going to be showing one every day. I can't commit to every day, but I do have some things lined up, and maybe a couple of times a week I can show you some really fun, cute little small projects that would work as stocking stuffers or just something that's quick and easy you can put together for Christmas gifts. So I'm going to be doing that in July. In August, Shannon and I are teaming up again. You know how in May we did the whimsical the projects that were inspired to us by Alice in Wonderland. We did that in May. Well, in August, we are going to team up again, and we are going to do the Wizard of Oz. We are going to create projects that inspire us based on the original 1939 Wizard of Oz. Okay, so that's coming in August. And then in October, me, Shannon, Amy from Hooked on Wishing, Sonnet from Sonnet Silence, Ashley from Gwinspired, we are all getting together and we are going to do the Decade Divas in October. So each week we have our own, we've picked a week and our own the decade that we wanted to do a project for. But we will still come on every week and we are going to show something from the decade and tell you who picked that decade. And so we're going to be showing you projects that we're making based on the decade for that week. So that's going to be super fun. So that's what I've got coming up so far. We're still working on the tote bags, guys. I really don't know when these are going to come out because it's taking me forever to get them done. Hopefully after camp and I get back, things will calm down enough where I can spend more time on those. I want to get back into doing some tutorials. So depending on how things go after camp, I possibly may be starting my Tuesday tutorials again, but we'll have to wait and see on that and see if I can get that accomplished. So that's what's going on. I have a trip planned, saving up for a trip in April to go see my friend Shelly. And we're planning on taking Amtrak. She's going to fly in to Nashville. We're going to pick her up there. And then her and I are we have a Amtrak station that's about an hour from us. We're going to go to that and we're going to take the train back to her place in California. And I'm going to stay a few days there. And then I'm going to fly back to Nashville for my husband to pick me up after that trip. So we've got that in the plans. Lord willing, we'll get to do that. And so, yeah, that's pretty much what's happening in my world. The tutorials for Tuesday, I'm planning on, you guys have been asking for earrings. So I finally got my tools. I'm going to try and do, I'm affiliated with a company called Bamboo MN, and I was able to get this container of beads from them. And I'll have my affiliate link in the description box if you want to go check them out and see what they have to offer. They have yarn and all their items, a lot of their items are made from bamboo. All of their items are environmentally friendly, recycled, that kind of thing. And so I'm really proud to be with this company, but I'll have the link in the description box so you can go check them out. So I'm going to try and incorporate some beadwork in with the earrings, and we'll see how that goes. So be looking for those. But yeah, I'm going to get off of here. I'm going to finish getting the house in order for me to leave tomorrow. And so I just hope you guys have an awesome Friday. I hope your weekend is amazing. And I'll be seeing you next week. Bye, guys.